For Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0 Servo upgrade, possibly the standard Traxxas one and giving you a few issues. I would be very surprised if you've got an ERevo VXL 2.0 if one of it or more of your servos hasn't got. First of all, I'm going to talk you through how to identify if your Traxxas ERevo VXL has a servo problem or not. Then I'm going to talk about the current solution that Traxxas are offering you, which is quite good. Then I'm going to talk about and show you my proposed Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0 Servo upgrade. So keep watching. Now, if you're wondering what all the fuss is about on this Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0 Servo problem, it will first manifest itself in the steering going sluggish at lower speed. You don't notice it so much at higher speed, but when you're steering at lower speed, it's maybe not quite as eager to turn in. As I said, not so noticeable at higher speed, more noticeable at lower speed. So how do you spot which is your busted servo? Well, it will become apparent in that one seemingly has like a bit more energy, a bit more up and go to it than the other one, because one is actually doing the work and the other one is simply being pushed and pulled by the other one. So one will seem more active. The obvious thing to do is just to loosen this little screw here on one, take that out and just see if that's the dead servo or if that's the active one. Then you put your screw back in and then you know it's the other one, etc, etc. So what's the solution to the Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0 Servo problem? What have I got the armour sensing on a bench, you might ask? Well, the servo on this I've been running now for about 6 months without any problem. The original servo on armour sensing was only, well, was supposed to be waterproof, well, wasn't exactly waterproof the amount of water I put on it. So I replaced it with one that I found on Amazon. I'm going to put a link to that below this video, and you probably want to use the link fast before they sell out of them, because I think when you see the price and what it does, you will probably go out and buy one or two of them for your ERevo. Anyway, let me get the camera off the tripod and look at my proposed Traxxas ERevo VXL Servo solution. This is a servo I've been successfully using now for about 6 months on my armour sensing. Now, I put this thing through a lot of abuse. This is quite irregularly clearing sort of 20-foot vertical plus 30-40 foot in distance. I'm getting some huge air out of this thing, and it's landing, and the servo has proved absolutely bulletproof, fingers crossed so far. This is the kind of solution Traxxas are offering in a minute, which I think is quite good, by the way. Rather than just saying we're out of stock of this servo, Traxxas have come up with quite a good solution, I think, which is to send you the non-waterproof version of that servo, and then send you the waterproofing kit as well. It's a fairly simple job to fit it over, but if you're not confident on your spannering skills, you might want to wait until the proper one comes on back order. However, whilst you might get your servo from Traxxas under warranty, you might want to consider a stronger replacement in the longer run. I would always say get the servo under warranty and you'll have a spare. This is the one that I have got in mind. I'll put a link to it below the video. You will notice on there 20 kilo pull-in strength. This is 20 kilo waterproof metal geared servo. That has been what's been running in this thing, bulletproof, for 6 months. Give you some idea on the pulling power of this stock Traxxas servo, you got about 125 grams of pulling power on that versus 298 grams of pulling power, so nearly 3 times, coming up on 3 times the amount on that. The Traxxas servo 0.17 on the speed rating, this servo 0.16, so this is marginally faster. Not that any of us are going to notice that difference on there. The difference being, one of these Traxxas servos can be about $46 on Amazon. One of these, yours, for $17.99. Now you're probably going to want to click on that link before everybody else watching this video does and get these on order, because I guarantee these are going to sell. So this is my proposed solution to the Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0 Servo problem. You got facing $46 a piece if they're out of warranty for the stock Traxxas ones, which may well fail again, or you could get one that's 3 times the strength and marginally faster and waterproof and metal geared. So it's going to be still going to be watertight, but you've also got the strength of the metal gears in there, as well as having about 3 or coming up on 4 times the amount of torque as the standard Traxxas servo, and for a bargain under 18 bucks. As you see, I've got 2 of them ready on the side to replace the ones on the Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0. Well, I did think about doing a video of me fitting these new 2 servos in the Traxxas ERevo VXL, but I figure it's fairly easy for many of you, even if you've not done much spanner in RC cars, fairly easy job to change these two servos over. The one careful thing you've got to do is make sure that the alignment is correct on both, so that you're not installing the new ones and then fighting against each other. What I recommend is, when you've taken these two covers off to install the servos, when you fit the new ones, power the car up before putting these servo horns back on, because if you fit the new servo, for example, and you power it up and its stock position is up here and you've got it here, it's going to be fighting to pull that up. It's going to be fighting against this one, so you're going to get pressure building up in the steering linkage, which you clearly want to avoid. But if you power them up before fitting that linkage back on the top, then when it's powered up, if the thing turns around, or the shaft turns around up to that position, then you can push this on in the position it is in now, and thus there is no pressure forcing it upwards like that. So that's the key thing to remember on there. Hope that makes sense to people. Any comments or questions you've got on that matter, please do ask away. Now, while the servos themselves are relatively easy to install, and you'll probably have those installed in next to no time, the actual wiring coming to the receiver box is a bit of a pain, as you've got to take the entire receiver box out, including there's a little plate at the back there. You've got to remove that whole thing in order to get the two servo wires in and out of there. That will probably take you just as long as swapping the servos over. I hope you found that Traxxas ERevo VXL 2.0 Servo upgrade of use. I would grab one of these while they're still in stock, as I'm feeling when people watch this video at this price point, 18 bucks for a 20 kilo waterproof metal geared servo. They are not going to last long. Anyway, if you like this video and it proves to be the solution to your Traxxas ERevo servo problems, then please do subscribe, and by all means share with friends if you liked it. We hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the circle image to subscribe. And if you hit subscribe, then don't forget to hit that little notifications bell next to it.